I believe animals have feelings. Call me crazy, but I even think animals can experience grief and their own form of love for the humans in their lives. We've certainly heard enough stories about the heroic of animals who risk their safety to protect their humans. The story I'm sharing with you is one that I think will touch your heart as it has touched mine. It is the story of a man who saved a nearly dying dog, to only have that dog, Gunner, turn around and save him in other unexpected ways on a daily basis. This is not just the story of a man and his dog, but also a tale of two souls brought together by fate. Hello, Derec.
Hi, Carol.
You know, as I'm here at the O22 meetup and watching Gunner and watching his devotion to you, it just occurred to me that I've interviewed you and your lovely wife Tanya before. Yep. This one I wanted to focus more on you and Gunner because there's just a story there about how you saved him, not realizing that he would turn around and return the favor.
Yeah.
Can you just take us back to when Gunner first came into your life? You were telling me about how did he just appear? Tell my viewers about that.
So a friend of mine and I were sitting in my garage, just shooting a breeze, and it happened this one evening. This scraggly, emaciated dog happened to come just trotting down the sidewalk. He looked pitiful. His hip bones were just sticking out. You could see every single rib, not the normal rib. It was, and
did he look like he had been on the streets for a while?
It looked like a while.
Wow.
It looked like he hadn't had anything to eat or drink in several days. And he was very skittish. He was afraid of everything. So a friend of mine and I, we coaxed him into the garage with, fresh water, some kibble from my other little dog. And we finally got him in there. And I really didn't know what we were going to do with him.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't in the mood I wasn't in a spot where I wanted a dog.
Right.
But for whatever reason, he kind of started hanging out. And
now, did he spend the night in your garage that night?
Spent the night in the garage. I put down a blanket for him and I gave him some water, some food.
So just your humanity took over. You saw this dog that was in such bad shape. You're thinking, I don't want another dog, but I can't just leave him, so I'll take care of him and come up with a plan later, it sounds like.
Yeah, we were deciding whether I should call animal control. Should we take him down to the animal shelter?
Mm-hmm.
Instead, I took a couple pictures. We put them on social media, taped them at the mailbox, on telephone poles. I mean, we went everywhere and tried to find the dog's owner, and nobody said anything. Did not hit not one single response.
So now, when did you go from I'm going to take him to a shelter to maybe we'll keep him?
I don't know that exact point, but I know that transition definitely happened.
Uh-huh.
So there was a point, and it was like a couple of days after he had come into our lives, where I was just petting him, and he was so happy.
Mm-hmm.
He just couldn't get enough. And I started playing a peekaboo game with him. I'd cover his eyes and I'd scratch his face, and I'm like, oh, there he is, oh, there he is, there he is. And he was so happy. I even told my mother-in-law this one time, and she's like, you know what? That dog has just given you his entire trust.
You were sharing some things that were indications that he had really been abused.
Yeah.
Can you share that with the viewers?
He was so skittish. He was afraid of everything. Even a loud noise. If you raise your voice at a football game or something on TV, man, he would, he'd drop his ears down and he would scurry out.
And it's not typical for a German Shepherd to cower.
No, not at all. And when I or Tanya would get the broom, just to simply sweep the floor, as soon as you grab that broom, he was gone. He did not like it at all. To this day, he's not very fond of like work boots when they come.
Wow.
Stepping into the house. Doesn't like it at all. He'll growl.
So there are bad memories associated with those
I
things.
think he's got a lot of bad memories. He has a scar.
I saw that
across his snout. That really, from my point of view, it's indicative of a muzzle.
It looks like a wire was digging into his snout.
Something, maybe a muzzle or I don't know. But if it was a muzzle, they had it on far too tight and far too long.
Yeah, it couldn't have left that kind of scar without being there for an extended period of time. Wow.
Right. But all that sketchiness has we've gotten rid of that. He is the most social dog now.
He's friendly with other dogs.
Yes.
He's friendly with kids. Yep. He's not aggressive, but he's very protective without being aggressive.
Yeah.
And I notice everywhere you go, he doesn't let you get, like, I'm talking to you here, and he knows you're not in danger, but he's lying down over there, so you're in his eyesight.
And that is a great description. I am always within eyesight. There's this. He's every once in a while he'll go around a corner, and especially if he can hear me talking. But for the most part, it's line of sight. If he can see me, he's all right.
I noticed the other day, I was paying attention. And that's one of the things that got me to thinking about doing this video. You were kind of cutting up, doing shenanigans, and kind of yelping and making some noise, and he was behind you, and you made a certain sound that he jumped up and he looked over. He alerted, and he came over, and he's looking, and he's like putting his muzzle to check. And when you kind of indicated you were okay, he went back around, he laid back down. But he's on alert for certain sounds that might indicate distress on your part.
Yeah, he knows. So if I cry out in pain, like I have muscle spasms. They pull me out of the chair sometimes.
Right.
He'll come, and if I'm on the floor, then he knows he has to go get somebody. Wow. He'll go get mom, and he'll do a prance.
So he wasn't trained to do this. He just instinctively does it.
No, not at all. This is all on him. Now, when he first showed up, and we started thinking about, I wonder if this guy's cut out to be a service dog. I have a friend from the military who actually does dog training for that, and not just the emotional animals, but for physical service animals. And Kyle does these physical service animals, and he looked at Gunner, and we hung out for a little bit, and he's like, yeah, the guy's a great candidate. His personality was perfect. He has nothing but a desire to serve and please you. He goes, he'll be a good animal. Gave me some videos, gave me the books that he uses himself, and he's doing a lot of stuff now.
Now, what are a few of the things that he does for you?
So I have my back, my shoulders are torn up. So if I drop like my car keys, I have a special little, it's not a chew toy, but it's a little fabric that he will pick up. He won't pick up keys if there's just a key ring. Right. He does not like that hard metal on his teeth. We've got him where he was pulling He'll pull the door handles. We had to change, obviously, the door knobs to door handles. Tie a chew toy or a fabric to it, where he'll pull it down and pull it back. We were working on him, really trying to pull me up a hill because my shoulders hurt so bad. He's not really into that. He feels me pulling back a little bit. He's like, he gives me that look over his shoulder, like, you need to pull your weight, Dad. Come on. So, but yeah.
But he'll do the things that you need. But mostly, he's there. He seems like he'd be a tremendous emotional support too.
He is. And my wife will tell you that when I lose my temper or I'm stressed out, he comes and, you know, he licks my face, and he'll stick his nose right in here, and he'll nozzle, and you kind of get the feeling like he's telling me, like, it's okay, you're gonna be fine. You know, it's all right. But it is. There's a lot to be said about me taking him off the street, but there's also a lot to be said about how he's changed my approach and my look on things.
Well, could you have ever imagined when this dog came into your life that looked like he was on his last legs, could you have ever imagined that he would turn out, you saved him, and now in return, he's repaying the favor? Did you ever imagine it could be that turnaround?
No, I am not that. I'm not that guy. I'm not the emotional. I'm not gooey, and that's not my thing. But here I am.
Yeah.
Gooey and emotional over this dog.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'd do without him. He's my buddy.
Well, Derec, thank you so much for sharing this. It's a heartwarming story of you saving an animal who turns out to be truly a blessing to you. And I think the viewers will appreciate that. And if anyone has stories that they want to share, put them in the comments. But this is truly a case of man's best friend. Give us the name of your channel again.
Our channel is Van Life Voyages.
And the focus of your channel
is disability travel. I'm trying to get people out, to get them out of their house, regardless of their disability or their situation. Go enjoy the sunshine.
All right. And
if you want, there's a picture of Gunner and I on the Just Roll With It Mobility Foundation.
Okay.
Which is a foundation that Tanya and I started.
Well, hold on a second. Let's bring Tanya over here.
Oh, yeah.
Tanya, would you mind coming over here? We'll introduce your other half. I'm going to stretch it and say your better half.
The brains behind the operation.
Okay. And here's Tanya, your wife. So can you share again about the foundation that you started?
Yeah. The Just Roll With It Mobility Foundation. We're a 501c3 charitable organization, and our sole purpose is similar to Van Life Voyages. Our channel is to get people out and enjoy nature.
And you were saying you're going to be giving away something soon?
Yeah. So the foundation's focus is to provide equipment for applicants who need equipment to get out and go do stuff.
So how would someone apply?
Go to our website at justrollwithitfoundation.org.
Okay.
We have an application on the website, or contact us, and we will put you
email. Yeah, there's an email on the website, and you can explain your needs if the application isn't up yet, because I know we were getting
having
that
problems.
uploaded.
Yeah.
Okay.
And our first drawing should be spring of next year.
Okay, so it's coming up pretty soon.
Up.
All right. Well, thank you so much for all you do for the community and trying to encourage people to get out, that you don't have to, because you have a traumatic injury. You don't have to be in the house and isolated. You can be out, and like here, out at O22, enjoying another community of nomads or campers or whoever, just out and about enjoying life.
We love to say nature is the best medicine.
That's so true. Thank you again, Derek and Tanya. Van Life Voyages.
Thank you, Carol.